Okay, can you guys all hear me okay? Yeah? Okay, so Brooke Berry is here from Snapchat somewhere. Oh, there she is, she just walked in. I just started doing Snapchat stories. Can you help me? I think I want to impress her so that she'll feature my stories more. So can we make the loudest Snapchat story that's ever happened? All right, can you do that for me? All right, so I'm going to say, hey, I'm at NAS Summit, and I'm going to spin, and you guys just freak out, and you can just do that, and then it'll be awesome. Okay, ready? All right, hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, ready? Hey, Snapchat, I'm at NAS Summit. Okay, that made me look really cool. All right, thank you so much. I want to start by just asking you all a question. If you could please raise your hand if you are a content creator, want to be one, or want to have a change in what you're doing in your life. Just raise your hand, please. I'm imagining everybody should have their hands up, like actually everybody. That's why you leave them up because I want to make a point. Thank you very much. If you are, everybody put your hands up. Everybody put your hands up. Now, if you are under 13, drop your hand. If you're under 23, drop your hand. If you're under 35, drop your hand. That's what I thought. If you're under 50, drop your hand. Exactly. If you're under 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, because it was my birthday yesterday, I can do one more now. 57? 57, okay. So there's about, I know about you, my friend. Yeah, there's like 4 of you. Other than 4 or 5 of you can put your hands down now. I am standing here, I have over 17 million subscribers, over 6 billion views, and I didn't post my first video until I was older than almost all of you. So, I am now here as the oldest person to ever get to 10 million subscribers on YouTube, and there are 60 million channels. And I'm the oldest one. So I just want you to realize, thank you, it is never too late. Whatever you're telling yourself about why you can't do it, oh, I've run out of time, oh man, I've got these obligations. If you don't do it, you're missing out, because this single most amazing career you could possibly imagine, and I've had a bunch of them. So I'm telling you, if you take one thing from this, it is never too late. Now, I'm going to try and get through as much as I can. I love this so much, but I might not get through the whole thing. Okay, so I am going to tell you today how I went from getting about a few thousand views per video to millions of views per video. And I did it all with a team of 3. A team of 3 people, plus myself. And it's very important to understand right now in the creator community, there's a lot of talk about scaling up, building bigger teams. Somehow you equate a bigger team with more success. It's actually just more overhead. You hire people you need to hire to get the job done, but you can do it simple and you do not have to spend a ton of money. I'm also going to talk to you about it's such a retention device, isn't it? I'm going to talk to you about my viral formula at the end, but you got to wait to the end. Of course, where are you going to go? You're here, right? Okay. So, I want to start by telling you this. What photo changed my life? It is this photo right here. I have been for many years a photographer. This is not one of my greatest photos ever, but it changed my life, and I'll tell you why. I used to be, back in the day, I was a baseball player in college, and then I became an actor after college, which meant I was a waiter. So I was a waiter and I was an actor, and I lived with my girlfriend at the time, who has become my lovely wife. Her name is Lauren, she's right there. And I was okay excited about being an actor, but I don't know if I was passionate about it, and we rode up to the top of a mountain, very high mountain. I looked over the landscape. I wanted to take a photo of this beautiful landscape, and I couldn't figure out how to take the photo. So on the way down the mountain, I thought to myself, you know what, maybe I should be a photographer. I should take a class, learn something about it. I thought, man, there's a bazillion photographers out there. How could I ever be successful? You know that thing in your mind when you want to do something and you immediately think why you shouldn't do it? Don't listen to that thing, because that thing can stop you. If I listened to that, I wouldn't be standing here today. Instead, I said to Lauren, listen, I think I want to take a photography course to see if I'm any good at it, but it will take all of my savings. And we were living together at the time. And if she had said, I don't think it's a good time for that, I wouldn't have done it. And again, I wouldn't be standing here, I'd probably still be a waiter. Instead, she said, you should do it, you never know what might happen. Okay? You should do it, you never know what might happen. I could have never imagined what happened, but if she hadn't said that to me, and now I'm saying it to you, do it, you never know what might happen. I became a very successful photographer, and I had 3 best-selling books, and this was Born to Dance. I photographed dancers. So here I am in 2017. I'm on my knee in the middle of New York City. I'm taking this photo. This is why I changed my life. Some dude sits right next to me, takes the photo too. I look at him like, you get the photo? He goes, not as good as you, and then he disappeared. I'm like, jerk. And then, like, that's my shot, right? So I keep going, whatever. Now, at this time, I had these 2 books, bestsellers, international recognition, but my social media presence was disaster. 12 likes. This took us hours to get this photo. How did it only get 12 likes? The guy got wet. I mean, it's, better than 12 likes. But when I posted the photo I just showed you, and I got 1,200 likes, I'm like, yes, I figured it out. I'm famous. I'm viral. Oh my God, look, so many people love it. You can never get that many likes on this photo. And then the dude that was there had also posted the same photo. 27,000 likes, 20 times my likes. I'm like, what happened? Everybody's texting me, I saw your photo, oh my God, it's so good, but is that your photo? It's like, no, I took a different photo. This isn't even in focus. It's blurry. It's not nearly as good as mine. How did he get 20 times the likes? Because his name was Casey Neistat. Like, who's Casey Neistat? And how's he getting 20 times my likes? Well, turned out he was a massively popular YouTuber. And it's at that point that I realized the future is video. And I said, okay, future is video, I gotta get into video. How do I get into video? Well, the problem is, I don't know what I'm doing on video. He was doing things like this. Right? I mean, that's cool. Very cool. I was doing this.
People have asked me how you get exhibited in a gallery and museum, and right now I have 2 exhibitions running simultaneously, so I'm going to talk about 5 ways to make
And look at the lighting! I look like I'm 95 years old. Alright, oh God, it's going wrong? Okay, so, this is what I learned. And I learned this from my son. My son Hudson knows all about YouTube, and when he was 12, brilliant little kid. By the way, Hudson, will you just stand up, just real quick, look at this. Look at this. Crazy, right? When he was 12, he gave me this advice. If you want to make it on YouTube, you gotta find a lane. But if you stay in the lane too long, people are gonna get bored and they're gonna stop watching. But if you leave the lane, that's not why they're watching, so they're gonna leave. So you gotta expand the lane while staying in it. I'm like, oh, geez, okay. So what is my lane? I'm a high energy photographer who works with dancers in New York. So I was like, all right, I know, I'll do a challenge. YouTube loves challenges, and I tried this.
If you've got a great dancer, then dance photography can be insanely easy, and to prove it, I'm going to see how many great shots I can get of Anna McNulty in 5 minutes.
This was my first YouTube video that was not about galleries. This is when I tried to be myself. And the lesson here is, find what's unique about you for your content and what's unique on YouTube. I had never seen anything like this on YouTube, photo challenges. And this brought out the real me, my true personality. And it was fun. And look at what happened. It got 529,000 because I was being myself and I was entertaining and I was trying to inspire others. Then I said, all right, let's add 5 more minutes onto that. I created something called a 10-minute challenge and I just ran with it. I Googled, when do I post YouTube? They said every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. We have not missed a week in 7 years. Talk about consistency. Josiah was talking about it. 7 years. Post every week, the same time, the same hour, the same day, and the consistency is incredible because the more consistent you are, the more people anticipate your videos. So the views became astronomical, but the problem was it was not sustainable because I always needed somebody popular. Yeah, if I've got Charlie D'Amelio, people are gonna watch. But if I didn't, if I had a dancer, they'd feel like they'd already seen it. And as Hudson had warned me, they started to get bored and the lane started to narrow. And I thought, I need to make content about myself. What else am I other than a dance photographer? I'm also a father. And I had a wonderful relationship with my son, but he was off doing his own thing, and also my daughter. So, this is my little daughter. This was the first video I ever put her in. And I suddenly realized, wait, I can make videos with her about us. Again, what are those 2 rules? Unique to you and unique to YouTube. Lots of family channels, I hadn't seen anything about a father-daughter connection. It was all full family. So I started telling her story with us together on camera because I wanted to make it unique and personal. making it personal, and being ready to pivot your content. Very important. You don't pivot when you have crashed. You pivot when you're here. Because when you're here, you have a lot of viewers still ready to go on the journey with you. So if you're up here and then you say, I'm gonna take you in a different direction, that's what I did with her. This is the first video I did that didn't have any photography. 42 million views because it is a universal story. She had to move away from her friends and away from the sport that she loved. We told that story. It resonated far beyond our own subscriber base. And then I started realizing, okay, this is something exciting because I get to work with her every week. I don't need a new person every week, and we get to have a lot of fun together. When you are thinking about doing content about yourself, this is the most important question you can ask. Are you aspirational or are you relatable? Very big difference. If you're aspirational, that means you're making videos about how wealthy you are, how cool you are, how strong you are. You're extreme, and everybody wants to be you. The problem with that is that when you're doing that, you keep having to make it bigger and more incredible, and you'll always be competing against him. And none of us, all combined, don't have the money that he has to make that. And everybody has to watch all of his videos before they get to your video if you're trying to be aspirational. And he is competing against them. Because YouTube is no longer just about creators, it's also about celebrities, because YouTube is competing on the television more than Netflix or Hulu or HBO. You see that? I just want to say that again. More people are watching HBO on a television, sitting on their couch for entertainment than Hulu, Netflix, or HBO. It is the #1 platform for television. That means they're looking for entertainment. So if you want to go aspirational and huge, you're competing against all these people too. But if you want to get relatable, what is your story? Is your story similar to your neighbor? Right? Will they watch it and say, oh man, they're just like me. They shop at Target, I shop at Target. Then you are only competing against yourself. All of these titles, none of them are trends. Who would have thought that 50 million people or whatever would care about her teeth? They don't even know who she is. It is a relatable experience, and so people tune in to see exactly what is their story and is it consistent with my story. And once you start building a community, and you start making your content relatable and personal, tell your personal story, be vulnerable, be real, don't be too YouTubey. Our relationship is real and it resonates with people. When you do that, and you're consistent, people will anticipate the content. So here's what happened. My wife, Lauren, again, I introduced her. We hardly ever mentioned her, and she was never in videos, to the point where people were saying, do you have a mom? To my daughter, Salish, do you have a mom? Nobody knew. And we would say, she has a mom, but she's camera shy. And they would wait, we're like, well, who's her mom? Who's her mom? We finally did a video about revealing who her mother is. And it had 122,000 people watch a premiere because they were so ready, because they were invested in our personal journey. When you are building a relationship with the audience, very important thing, okay? Think about what you want them to know about you. And then always bring that home. Meaning, my daughter, she's a gymnast. She loves animals. She's a vegetarian. She likes to beat me up. She's shy. She's unemotional. These are qualities that are real about her, and we often mention those in the video. So now when people come up and talk to us, they already know all that about her, and they feel like she is their best friend. They feel like she's the kid next door. They feel very familiar. And I could talk a lot about that as an experience for her, but it is a really awesome thing for the audience. If any of you are considering working with your kid, by the way, I digress briefly, you really have to make sure to do this in a very, very healthy way. Always, always let your kid be in charge of what you do. Do not tell them what to do. Don't force anything. Don't manipulate them in any way to do the content. Be honest with them about what you want, and then let them make their own decision and let them have a childhood. We film 1 day a week. The other 6 days she does school full-time, gymnastics full-time, and hangs out with her friends. And 1 day a week we do YouTube. And before we do it, I tell her, here's the idea, do you want to do it? And then she says yes or no. She says no, I walk away, fine, we'll come up with another idea. That is the only way to work with a kid, otherwise it can get very unhealthy. And this way, we still have a wonderful relationship, and she has a lot of fun. I'm jamming through this now because I want to show you this last thing. Dual storytelling. Here's the gem. I'm probably going to go 1 minute over, Nusayar. I'm sorry, 1 minute, because I want to tell you about this. Dual storytelling. I'm sure you guys all know, you see videos, right? Or movies. There's this story, and then there's this story. that is great for retention, meaning anytime this story is a little boring, you cut to the other story. So dual storytelling, where you have two stories happening simultaneously and cut back and forth, is great for retention. But the thing that's even better and more incredible, especially on YouTube, is you introduce two stories within the first 30 seconds of the video. And the reason you do that is then you can totally change the concept of the video with your thumbnail and title if you need to, because the first one isn't resonating. Let me give you an example. This was a video we did a few months ago, and it was called, my daughter lives with no phone for 24 hours, and we did all these iPhone apps in real life. I thought this was going to be a huge trend. Oh my God, what a creative story. She puts her phone down. That was the thumbnail for that. And it was a 10 out of 10. It was just nobody was all that interested. They didn't know what it was about. But we had also introduced a simultaneous story where she was with her best friend. Her best friend was flying in to surprise her during one of these apps. And we changed the title. And we changed it to her best friend surprises her. And what's more, if you look back at this, does that go backwards? If you look at that, that's a very YouTube thumbnail, right? That's very cheesy and YouTubey. Whereas this was a screenshot from the video. Whenever possible, try to get a real personal moment on the thumbnail rather than these canned screenshots. And you see what happened is that went way up. Once we changed the thumbnail and made it a personal story about her journey and captured that personal story on the thumbnail, it just exploded. Here's another example. We did one video that had two stories, same kids. This was a 24-hour hide and seek challenge at a water park. That's what the video was about. But we also introduced the fact that he was coming home for the summer and he was going to live at home for the summer. This is the trend version. This is the personal version. We kept the personal version, and as you can see, it got 16 million views in 2 months. I thought we were going to change it to the trend once everybody had seen this, but that personal story is resonating even with audiences that don't know anything about us, because personal stories are why people are tuning in to YouTube. If you want it packaged and canned, they can go to Netflix. The personal, intimate stories is why they're on YouTube, why they're watching all of you, for what makes you unique and what you have to share with people. My last thing, the viral formula that I mentioned. This is exactly it. Please take a photo of this because this has helped me immensely. YouTube specifically is valuing very long videos. Because why? Everybody's watching them on a television. So therefore they're sitting down, boom. On a television, you can't skip ads as easily. So they get more ad reads, right? They get more ad placement because they know they're not going to get up and leave. They're used to commercials. So if you can get over 10 minutes of watch time, YouTube's going to share it everywhere because there's so many ads they can place. But you need a 55% average percentage viewed because that speaks to audience satisfaction. If people are leaving, YouTube isn't going to share it. But if you can keep them for at least 55%, how do you do that? Dual storytelling and hook them right in the beginning and then have a payoff at the end that they're waiting for. And then finally, this is the last thing, Trendjack. Do you all know what that is? You find trends that are outliers within your demographic. If somebody who also has your same audience did a video that was very popular, you can do it, just do it in your own way. And this is an example. Secret Room, we saw that was very popular in our demographic. So then we did it as well, right there. And in 10 days, it got 10 million views. And the reason was because we had over a 10-minute AVD and we had over 55% APV, and YouTube absolutely loved that. So I think I went 2.5 minutes over. I will just finish by saying my son has his own YouTube channel and it's killing it, and you're going to hear from him later today. It's the smartest mind I've ever known on YouTube. And I just want to say, as the first speaker, thank you so much for listening. You're going to hear so much right here. It's the best career ever, so definitely keep it up. Good luck, everybody. Thank you very much.
All about meeting new people. Nas meets people in Arabic, and this is the reason why you're here.